Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope it's a good one for you. I know it is for us because we're here in Burbank, California, sharing with you a very special story. This is episode number 806 of The Next Step, and with me I have two guests for this interview. I have Dr. Talar Tejirian and Kevork Shadoyan, who will be introducing you in a few moments, but I want to just remind you that this is a video podcast in that you can just listen to us. We are on Apple Podcasts, as well as any good podcatcher will have us. So look us up if you're not seeing the video. But if you do watch the video, make sure you're not driving and do look at us because we look so cute up here, okay? So let me start off. On my left, your right, this is Dr. Talar Tejirian. We have had the pleasure of working together since the unfortunate events of the exile from Artsakh. And we started back then as a physician, somebody who cares not only about the human condition, but especially for the Armenian people. She organized programs to bring relief in Armenia. And now our latest project has been this Vibrance for Vanadzor, an opportunity to empower women. You know, we have this beautiful saying that the Peace Corps made very famous. If you want to feed them, give them a fish. But if you want them to have a lifetime of fish, teach them the fish. And that's what we're doing in Vanadzor. So welcome, and I'm going to leave it up to you to maybe fill in our guests about what we're doing over there and also to introduce Kevork to us.
Okay, well, thank you for having us, and thank you for allowing us to talk about this really important project that is near and dear to our hearts. And we've been working on this for a few years. So I want to give the background to everyone to start off with. We ended up in Vanadzor in an unusual way because when the 44-day war happened and when we knew that there were going to be refugees going into Armenia, my son decided to help to raise funds in order to help the refugees resettlement process. That's when the first Cars and Coffee event happened, Cars and Coffee for Artsakh, where we raised about $8,000. And we helped the diocese raise that money, and the Sirpazan led us to Vanadzor, where there were multiple refugee families that needed help. So we went personally ourselves, and we distributed that $8,000 to about 25 Armenian families. And we met everyone one by one and spoke to them and understood their situation. And we knew that we were giving each family, a few $100s, and it was going to help them for the month, but the need was great. Mm-hmm. And that wasn't going to be enough. We needed to do something to help these families be able to support themselves and to build a new life when they had lost everything. And that's when looking into what was being done in Vanadzor already. Vanadzor is actually was a big hub for sewing and clothing factories and things like that, more so in the Soviet area, but even now that's true. So sewing is a big thing in Vanadzor, and the women of the diocese there, they had started a sewing program trying to teach women how to sew so that they can then be able to support their families and have income and have a livelihood. And when we saw this program, we said, you know what, I think that we want to be part of this program, and we want to help the women that are here from Artsakh resettling so that they could learn these new skills. Yes, thank you. They could learn them, and then they could help their families. So our first goal was to sponsor a group of women so that they could learn and they could graduate and go start working. So we did a second Cars and Coffee fundraiser. This time we raised close to $20,000, and we went there again personally to make sure that the funds were being used appropriately. We met all the women that are getting trained, and we helped to interject different things into their program such as including things like mental wellness and physical wellness, and sort of a community aspect of it, and to help these women have emotional support as well as learning these new skills.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's important to mention that both trips that we made to Vanadzor were not with the funds we raised, right? But on personal funds, not for people to applaud us, but to also feel comfortable that money that's raised for these projects, because we're going to be talking about a new project that's coming up, well, to support it, it doesn't, we don't take, there's no administration costs, so to speak. Yeah. So I want that. So now we're taking the next step because there's only a limited amount of stuff that they can learn. And you found somebody who can teach, huh?
Correct. Yes.
I'll let you do that now.
So, whenever anyone's doing any skills, there's the basic skills that they can learn, and then there's more advanced skills that they could do as well. And what the program was very good at is teaching them basic skills. And part of the program and part of the funds was to buy each woman their own sewing machine so that they could even work at home and use their basic skills to make basic items, bags, simple clothing, things like that. Well, if we want these women to succeed and to be at the top of their field, they need to have advanced techniques. And that's where, luckily, we met Kevork Shadoyan, and he's going to help us with that.
So, Kevork, you are from Armenia, I hear.
Yes.
Okay.
Now I live in Armenia.
So, Kevork is a fashion designer. He's been doing fashion design for many, many years. He's based in Armenia, but he also does fashion shows and things like that all around the world, such as here in the United States, in China, in Dubai, in Australia. So he's a well-known fashion designer who does very intricate, beautiful work.
Well,
welcome. Welcome. And you're doing some work right here in our community recently, right?
Yes.
During this visit.
Yeah, we decided to do something like art and fun and fashion all together in one thing. Also, I think there's some beverages or treats. So we collect all this in one event, silk painting. It's you don't have to be an artist or a good painter to do that. It's just a raw silk, white raw silk, pure silk, and I'm gonna do the first example and to teach some techniques, to do some experiments with colors and mixing, and you will have your own scarf. So this is, I have done before in other states, previous years, and it was till now they sending me pictures with their scarf, they wearing it. So it was something new, challenge for them. They didn't take any brush in their life, and they did a scarf, and they are wearing it. So I think this project will be fun. Of course, especially the main, the idea or the main purpose we are doing this is for this amazing project in Vanadzor.
So can we take a step back for a minute, because you design gowns and clothing for women, but you also have this aspect of putting in Armenian cultural fashion or dresses from our ancestors into your designs. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, it came up when I was in Lebanon. I graduated as a fashion designer, and I worked with very famous Arabic designers such as Suhair Murad, Elisab. I worked with them, and I was all in fancy dresses, gowns, wedding gowns. But one time, our director from ESMOT Fashion Institute, she said, Kevork, do you know what? There's a festival, and all the designers, different countries, they are going to present their country with the traditional dress. Well, in Aleppo, like just we saw the dresses on the stage. from our Armenian local dancers, amateur dancers, and I didn't have that much idea, but I used the local books, everything. So I made a piece. I called it Armenian piece, but it wasn't that much Armenian. So when I represented Armenia as an Armenian designer. I felt something inside. I said one day I should go deeper and I should do more researches to find out the sources, the real sources. So, and it happened on 2000 when I decided to move to Armenia, and I did master's degree at the Fine Arts Academy of Yerevan. So I learned a lot of things. I did a lot of researchers till I made my first collection combined with the ancient Armenian dresses in modern style, not evening gown, but kind of cocktail gowns maybe. So I did the first collection. It called Armenian Traditional Wedding Today, like this. And that day, it was on 2004 when they invited me to Boston to do the same, to show the same collection there. And from there, I started my journey in USA. So all the Armenian communities, they started inviting me, different Armenian collections, like Gold Autumn, Armenian Gold Autumn collection, or Silk Road, or lately for the Armenian genocide at 2015, I did special collection, all the regions, included all the regions and areas. So I did 2 years researchers for that collection till now. So I'm doing the both, the evening gowns, classic dresses, but at the same time I have my line, something with Armenian.
And I noticed there's somebody without a head, this headless mannequin over here. Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell us about this one here?
Well, I got inspiration from Mr. Hovnanian, our very famous painter. So one of his aristocratic Armenian women, like his drawing, his painting, I got it. It's at the museum in Armenia. So I got this inspiration from him, and I did. Of course, it wasn't white. There wasn't white dress at the in the traditional dresses. So I combined with the ornaments. Those ornaments is from Kansasar Church on the stones. It's carved on the stones. And this is the idea. So I take some Khachkar ornaments or carpet ornaments, everything, and I combine it with my classic cuts. Even it's instead of belt, it's a corset. So this is the combination.
Beautiful. So a few minutes ago, you talked about the thing. Let's make that real clear. On October 12th, it's a Sunday afternoon, you're going to be sharing this skill about making silk, and we're doing this as a project to raise funds for the Vanadzor Sewing Center. And I think it's from 3 to 6 on October 12th. Did I mention it's a Sunday afternoon? It's going to be in Pasadena at the Movsesian Pavilion at St. Gregory Church. And we invite everybody to come because, a lot of times people say, what can I do for Armenia? And be sure that I'm doing something for it. Here's an opportunity, right? For a small amount, you pay a ticket price, and you get to meet with an international designer who will be teaching scarf.
Of course, painting. At the same time, I'm talking about my previous experience. At the same time, they are asking a lot of questions about the Armenian ornaments, the meaning of them, because they know that I use that much ornaments, so they say, please help us, for example, drawing pomegranate or Armenian Khachkar or something. And during this event, I explained them a little bit, like brief explanation about the meaning of those ornaments.
Good. So you'll be talking to and
Sure,
explaining.
sure.
So it's an all-around education program.
It's cultural thing, yes.
You're learning
And
yourself
fun.
and you're helping others,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
But I'll also, I think it's important to note that it's a relaxed event, it's a fun event. It's meant for everyone in the community to get together, to learn, to do some handiwork, to put our phones away for a few hours, and to enjoy each other's company, but also to learn this technique, something that we don't do every day. You don't have to be an artist to be able to do this, the techniques that we're going to use and different things like that. Anyone could do. And it's just it's going to be a relaxed, fun event. And the beauty of it is that all the proceeds are going to go to funding the God program, which is what we call the program in Vanadzor, because they need a lot of supplies. This is an ongoing thing. We're committed to this program. We're committed to the women, and we view this as a long-term project. And they need things to succeed. For example, they need new mannequins. If they don't have the proper mannequins, and this is all things that I'm learning now because I have no idea about fashion. But if you don't have the right mannequin, you can't sew beautiful dresses. And, mannequins cost money. So we need to be able to fund those kinds of things with them. They need materials. This is an ongoing thing.
Right.
You need materials to fund it. You need the thread. You need all these different things.
We got them sewing machines, so that at least the machines are there. And we should mention that also we certified a group of women, and part of the certification process is we gave them each sewing machine.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's a beautiful program when you think about it. It's not only learning how to sew, but also empowering them to start in entrepreneurship. Sure. But I'm concerned about this woman who's over my shoulder throughout this interview. Tell us about this, because I think this has something to do with them, right, over there.
Yes. So this dress is an example of something that they sewed. And actually, I needed a dress for an event. And I thought, well, what am I going to do? I can either, go somewhere and buy a dress, or I could see if they could make this dress for me. And they were able to make this dress, and we got it over here thanks to some generous people flying over from Hayastan. And what it was it not only gave them confidence to see, okay, my dress can be worn in different places and different kinds of environments, but also the fact that I can feel like I can support them too, and by doing something that I was going to do anyway. So instead of supporting, manufacturing in other countries, I can support the God program in Vanadzor, and I can have a beautiful dress for an event.
So do you see that long term? Like maybe this might be something that people could custom order, right, from the God
I think
program.
that would be an amazing thing, because with the right training, these women are capable of producing high quality items. And I think it would be an amazing thing that anytime you need a dress or something unique to you, you can get it custom made, and you can support these women at the same time. Now, in order for us to get these women from their current skill level to being able to produce couture-like dresses, they're going to need some training. And that's where Kevork has agreed to partner with us, which is an amazing and very exciting opportunity for the program.
Right.
They need to go from having skills, at medium level to having advanced skills in order to be able to produce very high quality gowns and so on. And Kevork has agreed to go to Vanadzor and to teach these women formally how to get those advanced skills.
Incredible. Thank you for doing that. I mean,
Pleasure,
when you
really.
think about it, I know men go to England, they go to Italy to get their suits. Can you see this as being a center for women to find fashion?
I think that would be an amazing thing. And I think that that could definitely be something that we can grow the program into.
Fantastic.
As we started. For me, this was a trial run. You know, can this happen? The answer is yes, it can happen. But we need more training, we need more resources, and we need to build an infrastructure. So we're going to take the next few years to do that. And I think that we are going to get there, and we can make Vanadzor and the God program someplace reliable that women can go to when they need beautiful, one-of-a-kind, unique gowns for their events.
Okay, so let's just recap. And I also want to tell all of our listeners, our viewers, that this story is quite a big story. We alluded to it earlier about Cars and Coffee. It started there. It actually started because of the refugees. And it's more not only immediate help, but also empowerment. And I invite you to go to epostle.net, where there's many stories as well as personal stories and pictures. Take a look around, because it is an overwhelming project, and we're just excited to be able to offer this small little bit for people to get involved with right now. I mean, I know that ever since we got back, when was it, in March, we got back from, I think, people saying, well, this is fantastic. How do we get involved? Well, here's one way immediately you can get involved. October 12th, Sunday afternoon, 3 to 6 o'clock in Pasadena at the Movsesian Center, St. Gregory Church. And the tickets are available online. We'll flash it, this QR code on the screen. Take a look at it. And in fact, don't even take a look at it. Just snap it and order your tickets right now. So I appreciate you making the time to be here, and I want any parting shots. Kevork, thank you so much. God bless you. I know you're going to be heading back, and we wish you all the best, and I know we'll be in touch.
Sure.
And we look forward to your next time that you visit. We'll have another thing. And Doctor, if there's anything you want to just share with people.
I think it's really important for people to know that it's important for all of us to get involved in improving the lives of people in Hayastan. Particularly for me, this project is important because women, especially older women, do not have opportunities for work in Armenia. It's very common that there's discrimination where people that are hiring are only hiring young, attractive women. So if you have a woman who's married, who has children, who's, a little bit older, she's not going to get a job. So it's our goal to give women of all ages, of all makeups and so on, the opportunity to have a job, gain confidence, feed their children, be able to have a good life without having these roadblocks in front of them because of certain cultural norms that I definitely don't agree with, and I hope our viewers don't agree with also. So that's number one. Number two, we are always looking for people to help us with this project. If anyone wants to volunteer, we would love to include them in it. We're a small group, obviously, doing this work. We don't have big committees. We don't have things done. So we get things done, you know? So like this project, we put this on within, the last week. So that's why we would love people to get involved. And we're really going to help people here. And I hope that the community joins us and individuals join us because we're really going to help.
Well, you already have, and it's just amazing. And once again, I want to just remind you that you can get tickets to this. And please visit our website and check out the entire story, because what we presented in a few minutes doesn't even span the scope of how big this is. When I say big, I'm talking about the lives that are being affected, the lives that have been changed thanks to this program. Well, thank you again for joining me today, and thank you all of you for joining us. Make sure you leave a comment on the comment section, and subscribe to the Epostle YouTube channel, as well as our newsletter, which is available at epostle.net. That's apostle with an E. Apostolic Evangelism for an Electronic Universe. Look forward to seeing you next time.